right. Afternoon, everybody. So today's show is going to look a little bit different. Dave, unfortunately, can't join me today, so we're going to miss Dave. But I've got a couple of great guests coming up today, and we have a few new sponsors for the show as well. So first off, behind me, I'm sitting up here in the clouds behind the parade route for Fair Days. So today's show is going to be all about Fair Days. We're going to be talking to Angela MacPherson, who is behind the Street Festival, which is going to be awesome. Megan McClung is going to join us a little bit later. She's been extremely busy. I don't know if you've been paying attention to Facebook and the schedule that came out, but man, it's packed. It's basically 4 solid days of activities here in town, which is going to be great. So we're looking forward to talking to her shortly here as well. But first, we're going to talk for a moment about our new sponsors. So really appreciate these folks. So let's just get right into our sponsors right now. So first up, we'd just like to thank your dollar store with more. Your dollar store with more. They have something for everyone. They have party supplies, helium balloons, gift cards, gift bags, wrapping paper, stationery, crafts, things for your pets, baby supplies, toys, seasonal housewares, health and beauty, hardware, cleaning supplies, and so much more. We are locally owned and operated and proud to serve our community. We will always look after you with a smile. And in conjunction with Fair Days, they are excited to announce that they will be bringing back the fun cards. I love the fun cards, but that's not all. They are also offering 50% off all spring and summer merchandise. Come on down and tell us you heard about the ad on the radio today, and that's us. You can mention Connecting Claresholm and get an additional 10% off, which is very generous. Thank you very much to your dollar store with more. They'd like to thank you for your past, present, and future support. And our next sponsor, we've also got Claresholm Pharmacy. Claresholm Pharmacy is locally owned and operated, and they now carry groceries, including dairy and cudlobe meats. We have a team of knowledgeable prescribing pharmacists ready to answer all of your questions. Come in and say hi to our friendly staff and see what's new in store. And lastly, of course, we've got Janet's Fashions. Normally I have a track for Janet's Fashions, but because we have such a packed show today, we're going to just jump right in. And this outfit is featured today. This is a tribal sportswear dress. It's they're calling it a basic for your wardrobe that you definitely need. Yeah, it's a lovely blue color. So come down to Janet's, check them out. They're on the corner of 50th Ave and Highway 2. So huge thanks to all our sponsors. Definitely keeps the show going. And it's currently paying for this crane that I'm sitting in here over top of the parade route. So today's all about Fair Days. So briefly before I bring Angela in, our first guest, we're just going to take a quick look back at last year's Fair Days just to give a bit of an idea of the scope of this weekend coming up here in Claresholm, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the market coming up. So let's just take a quick look back at last year. So there's a very quick, brief look back at last year, and we've got an extra day this year. And a big part of this, of course, is the Street Festival. So I'm going to bring Angela in. Angela MacPherson, thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate your time. This is no small feat to put this together, is it?
It's lots of work, but it's lots of fun.
Okay, that's what's important. So for folks who maybe aren't sure, what is the Street Festival exactly? What's happening?
So we have an entire 2 blocks of downtown Claresholm shut down right by Admonson Park. So it's kind of right in the middle of the action. We'll have all of our vendors lined up the street with a bunch of food trucks and all sorts of good stuff mixed in.
Awesome. Now, how many vendors do you have? I heard like 30.
Around 30. Yeah,
Wow.
we're adding. I'm still getting some interest. So we'll
Okay.
have maybe more.
Awesome. So, what kinds of things can we expect at the street festival as far as vendors are concerned?
So we've got a bit of everything, lots of handmade goods. We have some people doing just demonstrations. We have jewelry, handmade soaps, all sorts of stuff.
Awesome. And these are mostly like these are local, generally like you don't have, you're not going to get big brands. You're getting like artisanal pieces coming in,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southern Alberta, I think we maybe have a couple come in from the kind of Calgary Okotoks area, but other
Right.
than that, it's very much Southern Alberta vendors, which is awesome.
And they're relatively sort of they're small makers in the sense that the folks running the booth are often the people behind the product. So
I don't think we have anybody that'll be here that is not the business owner that you'll be seeing on the street. So
that's pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
Because there's not many opportunities for all of these creators to come together in one place.
Yes.
One thing I noticed last year too was that you may have a couple of different booths that have similar product.
Yeah.
But everyone's kind of working together and supporting each other. So if you do have soap, a couple of different versions or varieties, they're different enough even within that what seems like, sort of a small market. You go, these are completely different companies. So you get a really nice selection for the customer to check everybody out.
Yeah, that's the great thing about these small businesses is everybody gets to put their own spin on it.
Yeah, which is great. Now, is there face painting as well happening?
Yes. So in front of Prairie Home, right on 49th here, we're going to have a face painter as well as a balloon artist for the kids. And all of the money from that is going to go towards CARES, the animal shelter here in town.
That's awesome. And here's a quick little, I love this. Whoever said money can't buy happiness has never paid an adoption fee. Isn't that nice?
Absolutely.
So CARES, we're big fans of CARES here, obviously, on the show, and that's great that you're able to do that for them. So when is the market happening then?
So the market starts at 12. The parade will run from 11 until 12, and then we'll kick off as soon as the parade's done. So all of our vendors will be set up in the morning and ready to go.
Okay, and that's on Saturday.
That is on Saturday. Yeah.
And then what time roughly does it end?
4 o'clock.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the location you're in now at Prairie Home?
I have been here for just about 2 years.
Okay, and this is the first time that you've been involved in this.
Yes, this is the first time I've done the market, so it's been great. I look forward to continuing with it. So.
Awesome. Are you going to be open on the weekend as well during this time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now here's
somebody here.
I did a little digging and I found something out about you that not a lot of people know. Oh. So in addition to running a store and also putting on this market, you have to kind of close up at 4 because you, my friend, I didn't know this, but you're also a drift driver. Not a lot of people know this. Yeah, not a lot of people know this about you.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, and I'll point you out here in a second. This was from last year. I was impressed, to be honest, with how you pull up to work every day. It's here you come. There she is. I gotta say, I mean, I thought the show was the perfect way to kind of let everybody know that
it takes some talent, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you look behind the shop, you can see the burnouts that you do when you get there. So
yeah.
And of course, we're just kidding. The drift demo is happening, I believe, on Saturday.
Yes.
In the evening after all that is done. So you may or may not be down there drifting.
I might be. You never know.
You never know. That's the beauty of what you do. You can close up shop, go get your drift car, and hit the track. Awesome. So we're really looking forward to that. So noon to 4 Saturday, right after the parade. Now, are you from what would that be, like 2nd Street closed, or are you going beyond down towards the park as well?
So we're gonna be closed from Pharmasave right down to Admonson Park.
Oh,
So
wow.
the market will be on the downtown block, and then the town has all sorts of stuff going on down towards Edmondson.
Towards the park. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you for taking that on. I know that is a huge amount of work.
It's been
Takes
fun.
Good. Well, that's great. We're looking forward to it. All right, Angela, thanks very much. Good luck drifting too if I don't see you.
Thank you.
And we look forward to coming and saying hi on Saturday during the market.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you for
Awesome.
having me.
You got it. We'll see you later. Bye. Oh, she's a great drift driver too, man. Oh man, and a great little shop. If you get a chance to go down to Prairie Home, check it out. They're right down on 49th Ave. Now, I'm going to bring in my next guest, who arguably is probably been the busiest person in Southern Alberta. I know there's a lot of people here who are probably very busy. I don't think there's anyone busier than Megan McClung, who I'm going to bring in right now. Do you have time for this, Megan? Do you have time? Are you good?
Yes, I'm just picking out my costume for the weekend. I'm picking up all my costumes for the weekend at the museum right now, but you're good. I have time for you always.
Can you turn your phone sideways so we can get a sort of a wider shot of these?
Oh, is that
look
better?
at that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you a risky question because I can see your head. Now, are you wearing a costume right now or are
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know.
No, I'm not. I'm here just looking at all the old hats and the dresses because you're going to notice throughout the weekend for Fair Days, our theme is the good old days.
Yeah.
We're going to be going out and the town people are going to be dressing up.
Oh.
So you're going to be able to, it's like, where's Waldo? You can look for me. I'll be in 50s on Friday, 50s attire.
Okay.
A big fancy dress in the parade on Saturday. If I
Nice.
sweat to death, I might change out of that into a flapper dress on Saturday afternoon.
Very nice.
But we are all dressing up. It's going to be super fun. Yeah, costumes. And honestly, like, we're encouraging, if you come to the family dance on the Friday night, wear a costume, wear whatever you want to wear. Bring the good old days back, whether that's 70s, 80s, 90s, 30s, 20s, whatever. This is going to be fun. Everyone likes to dress up. It's fun.
Everyone likes to dress up. Now, we were talking on last show about how far back do you think people are going to go when they think good old days? Like, do you think we're going to get some 1800s cowboys maybe mixed in?
Well, the rodeo that's happening Saturday night, they are saying, well, they're not going to turn you away, but they want you to dress up in old rodeo Western wear.
And that is, so last year, and actually, in fact, I have a clip here. We can quickly play this. So this was truly my first rodeo. I hadn't been to like a full-fledged rodeo until last year. And these were just some of the highlights. It blew me away. It was fun. It was in a great atmosphere. That's my favorite moment. This little one comes out riding a sheep backwards. And some of these kids, they're young. And there's a trick rider coming this year, too, to the rodeo.
Yes.
I believe she's 8. So this is the event you want to get if you've got some old Western stuff in the closet and you're like, I don't know what to do with this.
Put it on.
Put it on, I believe Saturday night.
And all your old chaps and stuff and come on out.
Exactly. And what's great about that arena too is there's not a bad seat in the house. So you'll be seen. You'll be able to see everything going on. So now you said you've got some 50s happening on the first day. Are you kind of progressing through the decades each day?
No, it's based on if it's sweating hot, I'm wearing less clothes is basically what it's.
Wow. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Megan's going to wear less clothes the hotter it gets.
You won't see me walking around in my bloomers only.
Okay. I was going to say you're going to break attendance records were broken because it got warm and Megan geared down. And so
some of the period dresses, they are like heavy and big. So
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we also want to make sure stay hydrated. That goes for everybody. I think the weather's actually going to be pretty favorable. It looks like it's going to be kind of the same day every day, about 25, which is perfect. A couple of years ago, I think we hit 34, and it was we suffered a little bit.
Yeah.
But especially if you're in the parade, and if you're in the parade, feel free to drop a comment wherever you're watching. Tell us maybe about your float and who you're going to be helping out. So the parade is going to be Saturday at 11 o'clock. And are you going to be in it? Are we going to see you?
Yes.
Strutting?
I'm like I said, I'm at the museum right now, and they're working on the float. You guys, it is so good. Some of the parade floats that we've heard and gotten word of, they're going all out. They're going with the theme of the good old days, and you're going to want to bring a bag because how much candy the town's throwing out. We have like 5 boxes full of candy, swag, big size chocolate bars, everyone's bringing candy this year, so definitely bring a bag down if you're coming as a spectator, because there's gonna be a lot of candy. We did hear also, they said, please wait till the very end, leave the candy for the end too. So we've made a mental note that if you're sitting at the end of the parade route, there will be candy for you. But a plug for you guys, if you come and sit at the downtown location on a pre-show, a circus pre-show. Oh. So as you're waiting for it to come to you, we have a circus act that's going to be happening this year from 2 till 4, and they're going to be doing a pre-show with stilts and fire and all that kind of stuff. So if you're, I don't really want to go down there, I'm going to be bored sitting around, come sit down on downtown. They'll be walking up and down the street to give you a pre-show. So yeah,
that's smart.
I will be in the parade. I'll be in the town of Claresholm float. A whole bunch of little girls are joining in, and they're all here getting their costumes. So we're all going to be dressed up and throwing out candy.
So will we see other folks who work for the town dressed up as well?
I had to pull some teeth, but I told them they had to. There's no question. I'm the boss. Sometimes I use my boss string for good things, and that's you have to wear clothes that are dressed up.
So I think the real question everyone's wondering is Brady Chanel going to be dressed up?
I don't know. He's my boss, so I don't know if I can pull that straight.
I would try. I wouldn't hesitate. I would hand him a dress and say, get on it.
Or something to wear.
Yeah.
A mail boy, newspaper boy.
The newspaper boy with those shorts and like the suspenders and the hat that kind of looks like this. Actually, I think I'm halfway with this hat.
You are. You got the newspaper hat on.
Yeah. I think I look more like I'm like about to retire from the newspaper more than maybe the newspaper boy.
Newsies movie firsthand.
The Newsies. It's like the Newsies cast today. Like when they made that movie, they all look like this now. It's still got the hat. We've got a question here. Kay is asking, is the food bank collecting items at the parade this year?
So the parade is doing 2 different things this year. When you register, and it's by donation. So yes, if they want to collect stuff for the food bank, it's the same as what they've done last year. People can drop off a donated food item that will go to the food bank. There's going to be a bucket there, loose change, $1 or $2. That's going to be going back into the parade fund. Okay. Some people are asking, like, we're doing so much fundraising for our events. They're noticing with the window displays, we're actually doing a 50-50 this year. We're going to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then be announcing it at the cabaret on Saturday night. The reason we are doing this, dun dun dun, is because we have been on a list for a midway for 2 years. We are hoping that we can get a midway back, but a midway is very, very expensive. And so we're starting to try to fundraise so that we can maybe have a carnival midway come back to Claresholm in the future. So that's where our money is going to.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned this because someone asked, I think last week, if there were going to be rides again. So when we're talking midway, I assume we're talking things you can get on and ride around. I didn't realize. So do you know how long ago it was that, because as far as I've known, Fair Days hasn't had a midway.
They haven't for a long time. But when we started talking about Fair Days and stuff, and that people kept saying, remember when, and that's how that came up, the whole good old days.
Got it.
A lot of people started telling me stories about how behind IGA, correct me if I'm wrong, but behind IGA, to set up a midway there. Ferris wheel. These people probably, I would say, were maybe about 15, 20 years ago. So I might be totally off on my time. I obviously didn't live here, but we did hear that Claresholm used to have a midway.
Yeah. That's a cool attraction. And speaking of attractions, Sharon here said, I think Brady would look good in lederhosen. I actually know for a fact he does because he has it. I think he owns lederhosen because he showed up at Oktoberfest full out. He looked awesome.
He's a good sport. I'm sure I can find something great to put him in.
Yeah, he could probably we could probably give him a little lonely goat herd while we're at it and behind the
pet show with a little goat.
Yeah. Well, actually, we know somebody in town who shall remain nameless at the moment who has goats. So we could have a goat on a float, maybe, if there's time. We'll see what happens. So I just wanted to show a couple of things here. Now, are you still looking for volunteers? That was my question.
Yes. An event size needs volunteers. That's just the reality. Me being the event coordinator is great, but I need to be alive by the end of Sunday when I'm done.
You do.
And so I would like to be alive at least. And so I kind of started to get a little bit panicky because after Canada Day, I realized, oh man, that was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, we are doing 4 full days. My Saturday being from 6 a.m. till whenever the cabaret is done, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, if I could have some volunteers, we would welcome you. And it won't be hard things. It'll be things like painting with the kids on the street, just so that the paint stays on the street, not the buildings, things like that.
That's a good point. Just a quick, here's a couple of things that are happening. So folks are interested. Like, we've got obviously the bench show, which is huge. That was something that was around for many years, and it took a little break, and it's back now, which is awesome. So that's going to be running 10, 11, 12. And that's the poster you want to look for. You can even scan a QR code. You know what's too bad? Dave's not here today. He loves QR codes. It's one of his favorite things. He was an early adopter of QR codes. He was actually going to get a QR code tattoo. That didn't happen.
Wow.
I'm not sure what it was going to lead to. I'm not really sure. I think I'm not really furniture prices, the brick. I don't know, but he loves a QR code. So check out that poster. We've also got, obviously, this is one of my favorites, lawn tractor races. I saw it for the first time last year. I loved that. We've also got, of course, the chili cook-off coming, and as you talked about, the rodeo is coming up as well. Steak dinner Saturday night, 6 to 7. Here's the thing: you get a steak sandwich, salad, corn on the cob. They got baked potato, $30, includes admission. Definitely go and check that out. And if you do want to get a full list of everything, and when I say everything, there's a lot of everything. In fact, there's so much I can't even find. Here we go. This is the full rundown. So if you're interested in helping out,
everything's not even on there. So
oh my,
if you go to those areas, you'll just be surprised because there's more things happening than listed. So
I can only imagine. This is amazing. Megan, the work that has gone into making this, it's even color coordinated, which is incredible. So I think everyone should be printing that thing off. Yeah. Just also see, because I find too of these events, you can kind of plan things in a linear way, but there's going to be overlap. So take a good look at that form for sure, and anything that's going to come up in the next week, just to make sure that if there's something you really want to do, look what else might be happening, because there's multiple things. And if you think, oh, I don't want to go to that, take a look around, because like you said, you can probably just walk down to 49th or over to the park or anywhere really, and there'll be stuff going on. And of course, the parade is massive. I love the parade because it's so well done. And in fact, it was the first thing that we did when we moved here. We moved into this house, I think, a week before the parade, and then it was like a week later, all these people were walking down the street with their lawn chairs, and we were like, I guess we're going to something. So we had our chair, and yeah, it was charming and it was fun. Gavin was standing on the front of a pickup truck playing a guitar. That's how I met Gavin Moore.
Back this year. So.
That's part of the good old days.
Yeah.
Is Gavin standing on his truck playing his guitar, and all of us going, that man is standing on his truck and playing really well. It's incredible.
Or he'll be in costume this time, so it'll be even better.
That is great. The costume thing is fantastic. I think that's a great idea. And what are you looking forward to? What are some things that are going to be highlights, do you think?
Honestly, I think what I'm most excited about when I start planning the events, I get the opportunity to go to a lot of different events, different towns hosting events and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're all great, but I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to tell the truth here. Claresholm's Fair Days is going to be the best. It's hands down going to be the best, because a lot of the other events that I've gone to before, they cost money to do a lot of the things, where we've really, really tried to keep it affordable. The sparkle tattoo is free. The entertainment is free. The face painting is free. The bouncy house is free. So I think the fact that our community gets to come together, that people, when I talked to the campground last, it was sold out from people coming from other places. They're coming to bring their families, because in this economy right now, it is expensive to take your kids to do anything. What better vacation than Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of all free events that you can bring your kids to and be? It's like Disneyland in Claresholm, people.
That's the new branding. And actually, speaking of the park or of the campground, it's actually just there.
Yeah,
just over my shoulder here. It's amazing. There's no wind up here today. I'm really lucky, and the sun hasn't moved. It's strange, isn't it? I'm gonna just play this again without sound. Whoops, there we go, and she's back. So just as we're talking here, this is our little sort of highlight reel from last year. We've also got the Young Entrepreneurs Market, which is right there, which is happening this year as well. That's over by the museum. The museum has a lot of cool stuff going on. Are they doing lemonade on the lawn again?
They're doing lemonade on the lawn.
Excellent.
And vintage carnival this year, so the kids can come down and play all the old vintage carnival games. The Friday night, like I said, we have the lawn tractor races, the gunny sack races. We have the tug of war. We need more teams. Put a team of 5 together, guys and girls. Come, there's a water pit in the middle, and there is a sweet, sweet trophy to win for the team that wins. It's just for fun, bringing back the old vintage games of the tug of war. So please get a family together, get a group of 5 together, come on down and get ready to do the tug of war races. We also have the pet show.
Nice.
Amazing prizes from UFA that they donated, and everybody will win a prize. Do you have a hamster, a fish, a cow, a goat, a dog? Bring it down. Walk your little pet. We're doing the vintage, old-fashioned country fair style.
Nice.
So bring it down. But I do think I'm really excited the most for the family dance. We have Bridget Yarwood coming back.
Nice.
She was at Winterfest, but they didn't get to play very long, and they were so good. We had so many compliments on them.
Yeah.
We are going to have lights in the trees. We're going to have amazing food trucks at night, all vintage, like donuts, like all kind of old carnival food and drink. And we're going to have a family dance in the park. Like old, young, everybody come out and dance and have a lot of fun. So I am really excited about Friday. Friday's going to be a good night. Actually,
Friday's going to be good.
Thursday night, we're showing The Sandlot. I mean, that's really exciting. I love The Sandlot. That's like the best movie ever. So.
And it is, and that's a great segue for a moment here, because so when you're showing it, where are you showing it exactly?
Amundsen Park.
Amundsen Park.
We just purchased a huge screen from last year.
What is it? Hold on a second. You're putting up a screen. Do we have a picture of the screen? I'm just checking with our department to see if we have a picture of. Boom! There it is. Now this is tonight, but there's the screen.
Yeah. So tonight we're showing Grease.
Okay. So
if you wanted to come tonight, we're showing Grease at 9:00, concession at 8, live music from 5 to 8, late night shopping. Every Friday there's something going on downtown.
Yep.
The mini fair days every Friday night. Then Thursday night next week we're showing The Sandlot.
The Sandlot. Okay. And now Claresholm Art Society is running the concession. That's their contribution.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now we got to talk about this too, because our buddy Phil Nash. I'm here late, but here Phil's coming. So
at a truck, he's coming. It's awesome. Yeah.
Touch a Truck. So Touch a Truck is very, very cool. Did you say pet a truck?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's up to you. It's however you want it. So what's going to happen? He's got his truck. He's going to park it down by the Hive, and then you can come down. You can get in it. You know, if kids are little, parents need to be there. Come hang out with Phil. Check out his rig. It's really cool. I turned into a kid when he got it last year, and I was over there. I'm like, I want to see the inside of your truck and see what's going on. It's pretty neat. And it's cool because it's a huge, obviously, industry across the country, but we've got a major employer here in town that runs a whole fleet. And so there's a lot of folks in town who work in this industry, and we don't often get to see kind of what their life is like on the inside. So Phil is kindly going to bring the truck down. You can bring the kids. You can come in, check it out, maybe boop the horn once or twice or 300 times, depending on how the day goes. And just ask him questions about his life and where he's been and the fun and the challenge of being a long distance truck. Yeah, like literally living on the road. So he's got a kind of a comfy little bunk back there he can use when he needs to stop and have a little rest. I believe this is in response to Phil. Tracy said Ramelang and Ding Dong, which or maybe it's Grease. I think it might be
Grease?
directed. No, it's Phil. I'm pretty sure she's talking about Phil.
But that is also from Grease. So I think she's excited about Grease tonight too.
You know, it's not in Grease. Touch a Truck. They didn't have that.
No,
there were no.
Ding Dong.
That's true.
It is like Ram Lam and Ding Dong. Isn't that the beginning of the song?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, you can find out if you go down there tonight and check it out. You can you'll know. There's so much going on next week. So we as Connecting Claresholm, we're not going to be on the air next week because we'll be down at Fair Days.
Yeah.
It's going to be a busy time covering all things Fair Days. We've also got the cabaret happening too on Saturday night. Now, is that the dance you were talking about, or is this another dance?
There's a family dance Friday night, an outdoor one. That's all outdoors with the vintage carnival food trucks.
Okay.
Saturday night is the cabaret at the community center. It's $20 to get in, and then obviously liquor is provided. Not provided, but you have purchase there, and there's a hot dog bar, and there's a DJ.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a different.
Those people who by 10 o'clock at night, they just want to keep on going because they have a ton of energy. I don't know if I'll be there, but kudos to you guys who are ready to party. So
well,
I got to be up morning to be at Aiden's run in the morning. So.
Oh my goodness! Right.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Okay. Thankfully, you've put the schedule together early to give everyone enough time, because this does take a bit of planning, and this year probably more than any other. It is a little bit like going to a Disney park. I'm not going to lie, because having been to a couple of them, when you look at your day, there's actually apps on your. We should get an app. That's what we need next year. There's apps on your phone for Disney where you can like plug in like where you want to be when. I think if you could just make the Fair Days app by next year, so you got a year.
Sure, I'll work on that.
If you can do that in your spare time, if anyone wants to volunteer to help build the app, because we're almost at that point. It's almost at the point where you need like a virtual assistant to tell you what's happening when, so you can kind of plan out your day.
Yeah, I agree. I do need a virtual assistant to tell me
which kind of goes against the good old days, doesn't it? To be using like an AI assistant at this point to help plan things out. But it's been really thoughtfully planned out. And, you and I have talked about Fair Days for a long time now and how this is going to go. And we're very fortunate to have you in town, very fortunate to have you putting in all this work. Somebody has to do it, to spearhead it, to, and then quarterback it and hand it over to the folks to run different areas. People like Angela, who can take over the street festival, which is awesome. So
we are very fortunate. I do have to say, the events this size take a lot of work. There's no question. Mm-hmm. But Fair Days, it's about the community coming together. We have the skate park doing the beer gardens. We have, the Angela doing the market. We have the Cobras doing the beer or the concession for the ball diamonds. We have Morkin doing the ball diamonds and heading that up, and Santana doing the rodeo. And I know people, Dave doing the show and shine. Like, everyone is stepping up to the plate to make it amazing. Yeah. That was the best part, is that the day kept expanding because people kept coming forward. The excitement was so contagious that I constantly was getting messages of people, ATB, saying, we want to do a money pit, and Angela or Amanda Zimmer saying, I'll take on the chili cook-off. And like, it just, yes, I'm helping with those things, but those people are helping me put this event on. So big kudos to all the service groups who are stepping up huge to help these events. Volunteers is what is running our community and making it amazing. So I'm
really glad you point that out, because one person can only do so much, but I think the ability to delegate, and also I think truthfully, when you get something started like this, it does sometimes feel a little bit like you're lifting this off the ground every year, but you're able to get the interest going early enough that people will step forward and go, yeah, I want to be part of that. And I can do that. And in fact, also Amanda Zimmer, I don't know if she's allowed to enter the chili cook-off. I think she did last year and it was unbelievably good. Yeah. So if anyone has a chance to have Amanda's chili, that's 100% make that part of your plan in your Fair Days app to go and have some chili, because they're really good. I think Denise Spencer.
Craig Zimmer is in it.
Oh.
Wilson was dirty talking him.
Yeah.
And I just put mine in because we needed more people, and then I was nervous and wanted to pull out, and then they told me they needed good old mom.
Right.
I don't know about that. And Amanda putting it in, and Denise, and there's a few other ones, the Soup Bowl Brenda. So it's gonna be good.
Those are some chefs. Now, just to correct, just so we don't get angry letters, when you said dirty talking, I think you mean trash talking.
Yeah.
He was being dirty and trash talking.
You called me out like petting, dirty talking.
I'm sorry.
Where is my mom?
I just want to make sure people are clear. It's a family show. But no, it's true. And it's like, I think Craig took like chili cooking lessons like a month ago. I've seen he was somewhere, I think it was in Okotoks, and he was with all these like meat experts, with the smoker, and he was showing pictures of stuff he made. It made me hungry. So we've got some heavy hitters, like, for sure, in the chili world. Like, these are folks who know how to make some chili, right? And the fact that Brenda's joining is awesome. Yeah, we'll just go and eat. Yeah, it was fun last year, and really, really good food. Like, it was excellent. And even though it's kind of warm outside, getting a little bit of chili going doesn't hurt. It's good for you in the heat.
No, and barbecue. Have a chili hot dog, and there's ice cream.
Yeah.
That's going to be there, so get some ice cream. You'll be good.
That's smart. We got a question here. Can you confirm David Gale is not in the petting zoo? I cannot confirm that. This might be something that shows up. Dave might just show up in the petting zoo. And then that's just a benefit to everybody. And I'm not sure if Megan is shocked by this or her video is frozen. I'm guessing that her video was just frozen here for a moment. So Yeah, Dave, when you do see the show, if you're listening, if you want to come down and be part of the petting zoo, I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can to make room for you in the petting zoo. We're gonna just try to get Megan back here. I think we've got a little technical glitch, but that's okay because I think we got all we need with Megan bringing all of this great information to us. So again, super important to recognize all of the service groups and individuals who are taking on different roles within in Fair Days, and that's what makes it happen. But Megan's not here, so I can say nice things about her without embarrassing her. But man, does she ever inspire a team of people to come together? Looking at Canada Day the last few years, what she's been able to do has been huge. So if you are interested in volunteering and you want to get involved, you can reach out to her at engagement@claresholm.ca to volunteer. And she's now outside, so we're going to bring her
I'm
back.
sorry. I don't know what
That's
happened.
okay. No, it's fine. I was saying super nice things about you while you were gone. I was
Oh,
gushing.
I missed it.
Yeah. No, you can go back and see the recording. I was gushing. It's a true story. Oh, here we go. We've got Amanda. Amanda is saying, truth be told, the reason that Dave couldn't make the show today is because he's working on a super secret chili recipe for Nanton's chili cook-off, which I just 100% a fine reason to miss the show. That's no problem. And I think he was planning on being in the petting zoo. So that's great. Now, Dave's not here. We're going to talk real quick about Nanton because he has his show, Good Morning Nanton Live, tomorrow. We'll just mention one thing that's happening in Nanton. It's Readers Theater is happening at the Orange Grain Elevator. It's kind of a neat thing. I've been involved in the background with those folks. So there's a local playwright who's written a play, and there's about 10 folks who are going to be there reading the play. It's about an hour, and it's going to be great. It's a fun little show. So come to Nanton tomorrow if you've got the energy. You need to you got to warm up to Fair Days. If there's a chili cook-off happening in Nanton, I want to know where that is, and I believe there's fireworks going on as well. This gentleman now, this is a Rick Gale, who I believe is the father of Nantonite of Excellence, Dave Gale. Good day, guys. Wow. It is going to be a good day. It's a great weekend, actually 2 weekends, just in our little sort of Nanton to Claresholm. Having Nanton Days happening this weekend, Fair Days happening next weekend here in Claresholm. So if you're a fan of just getting out and doing stuff, being part of the community, and food, these next 2 weekends are for you.
Yeah.
And it's a long weekend this weekend too. I didn't realize that. Apparently Monday's a holiday. What's that, Megan? What's a holiday for you? What?
No, I am. Hey, Fair Days Sunday, like literally after I'm done everything, I'm leaving to BC for 2 weeks. So
really?
I'm going to Lake Kookanusa. I'm going to lay there and read. So
I
that
feel
is a holiday.
That is 100% a holiday. I would love if you took a few costumes with you, just mix it up. Every few days, you just came out in a different, like 1800s dress for just a couple hours. With what do they call those? A parasol, like the umbrella thing, a little white thing you can spin around.
I'll see if it fits in my suitcase.
Yeah, you can make people feel like they've gone back. If Bradshaw wants to borrow my hat, tell him I'll lend it to him, so you look the part. Because back in those days, folks still dressed like head to toe to go to the beach, didn't they? It was like, you might have a bit of ankle showing and part of your neck, and that was it. That's
right.
And then you went out.
That's right.
Do you have a trailer down there? Or are you hauling something down there?
We're taking a trailer down.
Okay.
Actually, they're taking it down this week, so we're going to be gone for. Well, I'm not. The kids are leaving to go down this week, so I don't know if I'll be home much this next couple days.
I was going to say it might be good for the kids to be hanging out down there while you're here doing this. When you're done an event like this, do you feel like there's the kind of that high that you go through when you're running around, involved in these things? When it's done, do you feel a little bit of a letdown, or is it like that
it's
was
more like
awesome?
A hangover.
Yeah,
and I don't even drink. So I'm not quite sure what a hangover feels like.
Not that. I don't think it's that.
But I feel like I need to sleep for like 3 days, and I feel tired and exhausted, and my body just shuts down a little bit. But there's so much of a high with it that it's worth it. I think that's what they all say when they have a hangover, don't they?
No, I don't think so. I don't have a ton of experience myself, but I don't think that's people swear they'll never do it again. That's actually what happens.
Okay. Well, I probably say that too after. I'm like, I'll never do that again. Right. But then it's usually like a week. It's more like having a baby. That's what it's more like. You have the baby, you're like, that was terrible. And then you're like, what, a week into it, and you're like, I think I want another baby.
That's a perfect analogy.
I'm like, give me a couple days and I'll be already back planning the next event, which we have some great things. We have a disco roller skating night coming up in September.
Oh my goodness. There's no break. There's no end. You're going to need this 2 weeks down in Kukanusa just to recover.
You'll be good. You'll be good.
I'm just.
And one thing I was going to say that you should go check out this weekend when I'm working on. I'm at the museum because I'm actually, I guess I'm getting the costume, but I'm also taking pictures of all the archives right now. And the old Baker building downtown that window is going to be totally transformed into hundreds of old good old day photos from our town of Claresholm.
No way.
You're going to want to go down and check it out. We have old family photos, team photos, fair days from the 30s, 40s, 50s. We have sporting stuff, bands. I've been spending the last couple hours here taking photos. And so I'm going to go back and print them off, and we're going to do a big, huge window display down there. So it'll be up next week to check it out. And
that I love that. I didn't know that was happening. That's huge. And Megan's a great photographer as well.
You know how I work. It's a last minute. Let's add it in. So I was like, I have time on my plate. Let's do this too.
I have time. So just because I know we're talking about the sort of the feeling of a hangover and how that might relate to this. I think your baby analogy is perfect. Phil did say in relation to that, it's not good the next day these days. It's there. You do as you progress through life, I think the actual hangover does become more difficult. But here's the thing, somehow you're ramping up your energy into these events. And so I think you're right. I think you and I do cross paths. It's usually frantic. I'm usually with a camera going, tell me about what's going on. How do you feel? And Megan's like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then gone. And then you're back the next day looking fresh and ready to go, which is amazing. So if folks see you, is there anything they can do for you? Can they bring you water, Gatorade, chocolate? What's your what keeps you?
I take any treat. You just bring it to me, I'll take it. Yeah. Okay. I love ice cold Diet Pepsi. That is like my guilty pleasure. But honestly, I'll just walk around. You can put stuff in my mouth. It'll be good. I'll take anything you want to give me. I take bribes. I take money. You can put them in my back pocket, whatever you want.
Okay. Now, if you're going to be carrying chocolate, just be aware of the heat, because the last thing I want to do is give you a melted Snickers bar or something. So, you know what? I bet if you put them in the freezer and then carry them around, by the time you actually get into the heat, it would be like a normal, normal room temperature. So
I think I probably would still lick the chocolate off the melted wrapper, to be honest.
Yeah.
Some of those days I don't eat, so
right.
I will take anything.
Okay, good to know. Excellent, awesome. I know you've got a day ahead of you, so I'll let you get back to it. Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks for having me on. Thank you, Town of Claresholm, for being so amazing. Thank you for promoting the for this week, this event. Like, honestly, if I have to say anything, just promote it. If everyone shares it, we're going to be so surprised how many people come out to support it. And an event like this is not just for our community. It's for the businesses. It's for the economy. It all comes back to the town of Claresholm.
Yeah.
So the more people we bring in, the better our gas stations, the better our restaurants, the better our businesses. I just think it's a win-win. So,
huge win-win. And the businesses along 49th. Yeah, big community hug. Businesses on 49th certainly appreciate it on 50th, especially on 49th, just because the street festival's happening. Go check out our friends at the Hive. Go say hi to Angela over at Prairie Home. Go check out the flag. Go and see our sponsors. Walk into the dollar store. You know what you need to do? You got to go to
Home Hardware.
Home Hardware.
Janet's, go to all the places. Yeah.
Go to the pharmacy and get yourself some Advil, because you're probably going to need it depending on how hard you go.
Yes.
Right? There should be, I think there should be the Fair Days package. Maybe that's something we'll talk to Paul about and say, here's what you need. You need like electrolytes.
Your survival package.
You need Band-Aids for your ankles, Advil for your head, bug spray, sunscreen. Off you go.
Yeah.
And probably some after sun, because people like to stay out. All right, Megan, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day. And I know we're going to see each other a whole lot next weekend.
We will.
Rest up.
Thank you.
All right, my friend. I will see you soon.
Thursday.
You got it.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, she's awesome. I love talking to Megan. Holy smokes. So this is huge weekend coming up. So we've really devoted as much as we can to helping promote Fair Days. Again, if you're looking for like, how do I know what's going on? This is apparently not quite the complete list, but it's pretty close. You got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday is a massive day. It occupies like 1.5 columns here. And Sunday is no light day either. So things kick off on Thursday. Charity barbecue, Connect First, starts at 11:30. I just want to thank Tanya from Connect First for getting behind that. It's an awesome event to get things going. And there's so much going on. It's hard to kind of pack it all into one show. Definitely, if you're out and you have a moment to stop into some businesses along 49th, along 50th, anywhere in that downtown core, for sure, go and do it. If you see Megan, make sure she's hydrated. I worry about her sometimes. She's not staying hydrated. So make sure she's had enough water. And lastly, if you're looking to get involved and you want to help volunteer, you can reach out to Megan, engagement@claresholm.ca. And she is, she's a great leader. And you can see she's very enthusiastic about this day. She's put a ton of work in. She will find something cool for you to do. And the weather's going to be great as well. So as you can tell, I'm pretty stoked about Fair Days coming up next weekend. If you get a chance, come see us in Nanton this weekend for Nanton Days. And tomorrow we'll be on at 10:30, Good Morning Nanton Live with David Gale and his entire company and staff. He's got 400 people working for him now, which is awesome. Huge thanks to Janet's Fashions for sponsoring the show, as well as your Dollar Store with More and Claresholm Pharmacy. Take care, folks. We will see you next week. Hopefully Dave will be back, 2 weeks from now, because I'll be at Fair Days. And if you see me at Fair Days and you want to come up and yell "Connecting Claresholm," I'll be around with a camera trying to capture the entire day. So maybe I'll Sunday night head off to Kukanusa and go and camp under the trailer with Megan. It's going to be a huge day. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we will see you starting Thursday, 11:30 to kick off Fair Days. Have a good one, folks.